Carpinteria is a very unique little beach community. It's nestled in just the most amazing part of California.
It's not a coincidence that Carpinteria is so beautiful and so small and quaint, and the people are so nice and connected. It's been set up that way. It's been kept that way.
When I first heard about the Paradigm Project, that was back when I was still on the City Council, and it came in as a project before the city. It sounded pretty good at first, but as time went on and the environmental review was done and more details came out about the project and we really began to learn about it, I found out this is not something we want to do in this community.
Initiatives sound like something that's available to the public, but we have come to understand the serious impacts that they create in our communities. They bring a dog and pony show before the public, focus on the positives, and leave out completely all the negatives.
So a lot of folks ask, what is the Paradigm Project? What is Venoco's proposal to drill for oil and natural gas here in Carpinteria? The Paradigm Project would entail anywhere from a 140 to a 175-foot drilling rig tower right on the Carpinteria Bluffs. And we're talking about an area that's essentially bounded by City Hall, the Arbol Verde single-family home neighborhood, the State Park, the Bluffs Preserve, and the Harbor Seal Sanctuary. And it's kind of hard to imagine an area that's more sensitive than what I just described. They're going to sink anywhere from 30 to 35 wells directly on top of the bluffs, and they're going to drill for oil 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 20 years, 30 years, potentially forever.
I'm sure there are eyes all over the state looking at our little town and waiting to see what's going to happen, because today it's Venoco, tomorrow it could be Walmart.
For people to understand what's happening, they're going to have to go far outside of what's being presented to them to really find what the truth is.
The state-of-the-art platform exploded, bringing a spectacular end to the flow of oil, but adding fuel to the worldwide debate over offshore drilling.
People are asking, is this operation safe? The answer is no. Neither Venoco nor any other oil company can say it will be safe. There have been many, many spills and upsets on the south coast, Santa Barbara County. The 1969 spill was one of the worst ecological disasters that we've experienced.
Venoco is making a lot of promises of grandiose riches with all of the money that they're going to be giving. But keep in mind, these are only words that they're using.
All of the money that Venoco is promising to the city essentially is tied to the production curve of their oil extraction. Any royalty revenues and some of these other monies that they're promising will only find their way to the city once Venoco starts to pump significant quantities of oil out of the ground. It's possible that they'll drill these test wells and not actually find an economic quantity of oil.
If they do strike a pretty large amount of oil down there, the royalties all go to the state. The state's not in very good financial condition right now, so I wonder about our chances about getting very much of that back from them. If the most optimistic projections that Venoco has made come true as far as the amount of oil that's out there, and over 30 years they're able to drill that all out, it adds up to approximately 24 hours worth of oil for this country. Is it worth 30 years of all of the risks and all of the impacts and the noise and the smell for 1 day's worth of oil? I don't think so.
Well, local governments or county government, for example, regulates, monitors, and provides oversight to any facilities that exist throughout the county's jurisdiction. This particular project would be exempt from that as it is being proposed.
Venoco has stripped those safeguards out of the process, and so potentially for the first several years of drilling operations, they would be subject to zero oversight, and it's something that's never happened before in the state of California.
We've lived with oil our whole lives, so it's not like this is some new thing for us. We're opposing this override of our city government and just massive oil drilling right in our neighborhood, 300 feet from my back door. The noise of it and the smell, which I don't care what anybody says, there's nothing you can do about the smell and the odor that's going to be coming out of that thing. It's just a huge impact on the whole area.
There's a section of the initiative that I find to be particularly alarming, and that is that if Measure J passes, Venoco has written into the initiative that it can actually change the project as they're doing it.
They could essentially go in and double the size of the project without anyone in the city being able to do a thing about it. The company is going to be running that part of the city.
The people in this community have invested years and years of time to protect this area and maintain its charm. And I don't think that it's something that one project should be able to undo.
Everybody needs to get involved, get informed on this issue before you vote.
So the real question for Carpinteria is, do you want to be known as the quaint, beautiful coastal treasure, or do you want to be known as the little city by the coast with the huge oil rig? If this is successful, beware what's to come.